So the EIP continues to serve a very important function for Singapore. We cannot leave social mixing to chance and hope that it will happen by an invisible hand. It is better to intervene upstream to preempt the problem and to foster mutual understanding and encourage integration from the start. If we wait until racial tensions have started to bubble to the surface and develop and become entrenched, it will become so much harder to heal those fractures and rebuild trust among different communities. We recognize that the EIP is an intrusive social policy because it acts against very powerful and complex socio-economic forces that are at play in Singapore and all over the world. And in its application on the ground, the EIP does have its rough edges and may cause difficulties for some owners looking to sell their flats. And when the EIP limits are reached for an ethnic group, sellers from other ethnic groups are unable to sell to buyers of the constrained group. In such cases, the seller's loss may be the buyer's gain. A buyer from an eligible race will benefit from a lower resale price and would thus be less affected if and when they sell the flat in future. But this brings little comfort to affected sellers, particularly those who had bought the flat from HDB or on the resale market before the EIP limits were reached, and yet are now caught by EIP limits. And this is the group who can be financially disadvantaged, and I understand that they feel aggrieved. They may feel it is unfair that they are personally shouldering the cost for a policy that benefits all of us in society. Whenever HDB waives EIP limits to address its impact on certain households, it is mindful that this may lead to even higher imbalances in the concentrations of certain ethnic groups in some areas. So we are studying the situation carefully and are looking at what more can be done to help affected sellers. The EIP is by no means the perfect tool, nor the only tool to promote and ensure racial harmony. We are very conscious of the trade-offs and will keep working to smoothen its sharper edges. But it has an essential place among the range of tools and programs and policies and safeguards we deploy to protect and promote our racial harmony. So let us keep in mind the larger social objective behind the EIP, even as we seek to smoothen its sharper edges. We must always ensure that the places we live and grow up reflect the fabric of our society, and that is how we continuously press on towards our ideal of a cohesive and multiracial Singapore.